Bitcoin averages 88% in the fourth quarter historically. And not only that, in Q4, you can look at the last halving years, which every 4 years the Bitcoin supply is halved. And in 2020, the last time that happened, we had a 168% increase, followed by a 5% increase the next year. And then going back to 2016, we had a 58% increase, followed by a 215% increase the year after that. And so this year we had the halving in April. So this means that with the average, you can expect to about potentially double your money during this fourth quarter. So it's going to get pretty crazy. And of course, that's not guaranteed, but that's what we've seen historically here. And so if you want to take advantage of this, I'm sure you can buy Bitcoin, and that's a great investment. I mean, it's hard to get that kind of return in the stock market, but you can get something like that with Bitcoin. But the altcoins could even give you more money than that, bigger return. We're talking 200, 300, 400% or more in the next 3 months. So another thing to take a look at here is that history has repeated itself, as 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁 on Twitter has said here. Bitcoin has returned to its reaccumulation range and ended the downside deviation, which are the orange circles here. And he said the bargain buying period is over. So if you look in here, we can see that we're heading into this green zone, which in the past, we go back to 2020 and we have the green zone here, and you see the parabolic trajectory there. And the same thing happened back in 2016. Not only that, but we can see that BlackRock just recorded their highest daily ETF inflows in September. They bought $184 million of Bitcoin. So BlackRock is stacking up Bitcoin, and a lot of other people are stacking up Bitcoin. And so the stage is set, and we're geared up for some big gains here. And so to take advantage of this, I actually put $1,000 into a portfolio, and I'm looking to turn this 1K portfolio into a 10K portfolio by the end of this bull run, which should be in about 6 or 12 months. So I thought it would be fun to do this and just keep track of it on this channel and see what kind of crazy returns we can get. And so I'm putting $200 into 5 different coins. I actually just did this today. And so you can see the prices that I got them at, or prices that I'm showing here. But the first one is Solana. And Solana I talked about in another video that I did. And 5 reasons why I think Solana could do a 5 or 10x in this cycle. And so go back and watch that after this if you haven't, and that'll give you more information on why I'm so bullish on Solana. But basically, I think that by the end of the year, if we're looking at Bitcoin doing a 2x, I think Solana can easily do a 3 or 4x by the end of the year. So we could say conservative 3x, we get up to about $450 possibly. And you can see that we had a little bit of a downtrend here, which is the case for most cryptos. And this is the point where we had a good reversal here, and we're looking for that to continue. Now, the next coin that I bought $200 of in this portfolio is Bitcoin. And, this is good for any portfolio. Just gives it stability, and it's the most stable coin. So you really can't go wrong with having Bitcoin in any portfolio. And it's the safest bet. So that's why I added that there for $200. And again, I mentioned all the reasons to be bullish on Bitcoin. There's just so many reasons, and such a game-changing technology that's not going anywhere. So that's why I added that there. And then we have my third pick for my portfolio. I got $200 of 𝗬𝗍. And 𝗬𝗍 is similar to Solana. And it has a lot lower market cap than Solana though, so it has more potential for growth. But it also gives you fast transactions and fast transaction times, as well as low cost transactions, which Bitcoin and Ethereum, their transaction speeds and costs can get very high. And so that's why Solana and 𝗬𝗍 are two things that I'm putting in this portfolio, because I think they're already starting to see network growth, and that's going to continue. And if we look at Solana, we have a market cap of $72 billion, and 𝗬𝗍 is a market cap of only $4 billion. So that's the potential there. If you see their similar technology and 𝗬𝗍 is much smaller than Solana, then it has more potential to go up. So I could see that doing, let's say by the end of the year, Solana does 3 or 4x, then 𝗬𝗍 maybe does 5 or 6x or more. So the next one is a coin that I've also talked about on this channel, and that is 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃. And this is not to be confused with Pepe. Pepe is the one that has all the notoriety and that everyone talked about. But 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃 is actually the original Pepe coin based on the Pepe meme. And it was created in 2016, whereas the other Pepe was created in just a year. And so this is the OG, and they actually have technology behind this coin too, which I'll get into. But we can see that market cap for 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃 is 400 million, and in the last year, it's done 23,000% gains, which is insane. And we can see the long-term chart there and the spike we're starting to have. And just to compare, if we're looking at returns in the last year of 𝗬𝗍, that was a 277% gain. And Bitcoin in the last year, 147%. And Solana, 700%. So those are the other ones that I'm adding. $200 into 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃 and 𝗬𝗍. And then the fifth one is basedAI. And this is actually another coin in the 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃 ecosystem. And this hits on because I really like the meme coin narrative for this bull run. I think it's going to just continue to crush. And so we have 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃, and then AI is another field that's really going to do well, I think. And so that's why I wanted to put basedAI in there. So I put $200 into that as well. And if we look back at their newer coin, and they're basically doing the same thing that ChatGPT is doing, but whereas ChatGPT controls your data, right? Just like Google or Facebook control your data, and they're using it for their own means. With basedAI, the thing that they're coming out with is a decentralized AI, where you have privacy control over your prompts, and so people can't an entity can't take and profit off of your data or use it or anything like that. So that's a good thing, and it'll have some really good applications for things like healthcare and all that sort of thing, and not to mention just anybody that wants to keep their data private, which is super important, right? So those are my 5 coins, $200 into each one. And again, I'll track this and update you on this probably every week or so, and see where we're at. But I'm confident that with this upturn, that we're going to see some big gains here. Now, I do want to give you some alternatives, because especially you know, with Bet Bitcoin and basedAI, it's a little bit harder to buy. You can buy Sui, Bitcoin, and Solana on Coinbase, so that's pretty easy, especially if you're in the U.S. If you're outside of the U.S., it's kind of easier to get these. But if you look at the markets where Bet Bitcoin is, you can go to Uniswap, which would involve taking your money from the centralized exchange like Coinbase and then just sending it to a wallet. But in that case, you would have to create a MetaMask wallet or a 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wallet, which I like too. I like the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wallet. It's pretty convenient. It's just an add-on. And then you can create your wallet there, get that address, your Ethereum address, and then go into Coinbase and send. You could send USDC over there. And then from there, you can go to Uniswap and trade it. And that's the same thing you would do with basedAI as well. So if you're not familiar with that, you can look up how to set up a MetaMask wallet. It's pretty straightforward. Download it, set it up, get your address, and then you can send to that address from Coinbase. But if you don't want to do that, I want to provide a couple alternatives that I would go with. One is Prime. I really like this one because, and this is on Coinbase as well, echelon Prime, and it is a gaming and AI play. So I think gaming will do well along with AI, and this is a game that is basically built and uses AI in the game, and there's a lot of good buzz with that. So that's another one you could add $200 to instead of, say, a Bet Bitcoin. Another one that you can get on Coinbase is Bonk, which is a meme coin. So you're actually getting in on the meme coin narrative that way. Now, Bonk has quite a bit bigger market cap than Bet Bitcoin, so I don't think you're going to have as good of a chance as turning this 1K into 10K as you would with Bet Bitcoin. But there's an alternative there if you're interested. So that's it. That's my 1K to 10K portfolio. And you can, if that's something that you're interested in, do your own research. Those are some coins that I think will do well. So that's it. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next one.